Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports with Monga. Well, the title race just kind of keeps it's almost like Arsenal doesn't want to make the lead, right? They don't want that 8-point cushion, and they've had two bouts at that. Like previously, when they were playing Everton, Arsenal lost against Everton. That was a shocker after, but then Sean Dyche, it's a new era, and that's what Everton does when they get a new manager. They do kind of give you a surprise like that. But then they were helped. Arsenal were helped by Manchester City, who lost to the London rivals, like to Spurs, right? So that was like that, and that almost felt like this was the perfect game before the big game, before the title deciding game in a way, as you can call it, because Arsenal's next game they played Manchester City, but then it's ended at the Emirates, 1-1 against the Bees. This was a game that kind of was would have been better if Arsenal would have won it. They looked the more attacking side, of course, but then they went into the game trying to get a cushion of 8 points, but then that's not how it panned out. Thomas Frank's side, of course, they are unbeaten in the last 9 league games, winning 4 of the last 5. So that was kind of the good. Brentford have been on a very good kind of winning streak and good confidence as well. So Arsenal, we all knew that this was going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. But then Arteta and Arsenal have looked to be the ones kind of pushing and getting the score, and that's how they kind of started. But then in the first half, it was pretty clear that Brentford were getting the better chances. They of course, like unlucky, and they could have scored a couple in the first half, Brentford, but then that's not how it panned out. Toney kind of ending up hitting the crossbar, and Henry also kind of coming very close in the first 5 minutes to kind of score the game, finish the match. But then Arsenal have always been on the front foot, like the midfield that they've had, of course, like the team that they kind of play with, and the lineup that they have. It's a very attacking. It's a very kind of to the attacking the defenders. But then Brentford were playing a very low backline, the back three. But Gabriel Martinelli and Ketia and Saka kind of leading the attack for Arsenal. But then a good substitution in the second half, which kind of, I would say, a good substitution, but a very smart substitution from Mikel Arteta, which led to the goal eventually, right? The new boy from Brighton, Trossard, coming in and scoring pretty immediately, like a beautiful, I would say, like that's an Arteta ball, like taking through the middle, and Saka overlapping and then putting the first, the cross, and somebody at the back post just kind of tapping it in. Beautiful goal. Was something that was I am very sure Arsenal would be proud of. But then immediately Toney the lead was just like 8 minutes. I think Arsenal scored in the 66th minute, and then 74th, Toney had already equalized. It was a very kind of scrappy goal, you can say. Like, of course, there's a lot of holding, but then Nordgaard kind of gets the last cross, which does not allow Ramsdale to clear the ball away, and that ball falls right in the face of almost Toney, like empty net. He doesn't miss from there, and it's 1-1. It almost felt like Arsenal will now kind of step it up, and they did step it up, but then it was too late. And Brentford were very smart playing the possessions and kind of playing the balls in areas which were harder for Arsenal to defend. Of course, some substitutions were made. The game became a little more. The game became more open after both of them scored, because both of them were going for the win. But a lot of kind of good substitutions, of course, not all of them being made. Lisandro Trossard coming in for Gabriel Martinelli in the 62nd minute, and that ends that's the goal score for Arsenal. Vissa got in for Mbeumo. He had a really good first half, I would say. Mbeumo and Toney, the partnership was kind of causing some concerns for Arsenal. Then De Silva came on for Yanyel, and Nordgaard kind of set up Toney for the goal. In the end, Saka was taken off for Fabio Vieira. And well, Arsenal is still top of the table right now. They've not They only won 2 of their last 5 games, drawing 2, losing 1 and winning 2. Brentford, on the other hand, have not lost any of their last 5 games. They've drawn 2 and won 5, and they sit 8th in the table right now with 34 points. Of course, Arsenal are top of the table with 51 points, but then they had a chance to kind of set a gap there between them and Manchester City, but then that's not how it happened. Arsenal now have dropped back-to-back points in back-to-back league games for the first time this season, are winless in their last three games in all competitions. Brentford extended their unbeaten run to 10 games with only Newcastle on a better streak. The Gunners, well, that's a title deciding match, as I said, will face Manchester City on Wednesday in a huge title clash, while Brentford will host Crystal Palace, who ended up drawing with Brighton, a howler from Sanchez, the Brighton goalkeeper, which ended up kind of helping Crystal Palace win or kind of draw the game. But that's how it's ended. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this? Arteta, is Arsenal losing momentum now, or is the pressure of the title really getting on them? Like, they can win this Premier League. It's all in their hands. It all depends if they can get the results. It doesn't seem that they are getting the results that they need right now to kind of extend that lead and create that momentum. Arteta has done an amazing job. Arsenal, nothing can be taken away from Arsenal. They've done an amazing job in this season, showing the class, showing that the process has worked, the players that they've gotten, the confidence that they have. But this is the last push. This is what matters eventually. It's the Premier League, the toughest league in the whole world, and that's why we love it. But then Arsenal, can they hold on? Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? Will Arsenal? What's the match? Will Arsenal hold on this momentum? Do you feel that they need more? They need to change some mentality, change some players, give more starting positions to somebody else, shake up the team a little bit more, and to kind of get some of the results that they want? Or, it's just a mentality thing, and Arsenal, after such a long time, who have not been part of the top fighting for the Premier League, have now been fighting for the Premier League for the whole season. The pressure is getting to them, and Manchester City already smells this and will be able to kind of overcome Arsenal in the game on Wednesday. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to reading what you say. Do like the video, do share and subscribe, and catch you in the next one.